Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Delphine and in today's video we are going to have a look together at the ways in which I use and tie the most my scarves and twillies. So let's immediately get started. The first thing you need to know are the two, I will call them basic folds, which are the base I use in each ways of tying my scarves. The first one and the most simple one is, so you will take your scarf up, and then you take the two opposite corners, put them together, and so that you get, let me show you, so that you get a triangle shape, right? Then you have this nice triangle with your scarf. This is the first basic simple fold. The second fold, I've made a little video of it because it's a tiny bit more complicated. It's also the Hermès basic fold, I would say. Often in the shop, that's the way they will do it very fast because they're very used to it. That's the way where they will tie the scarf to let you try it on, for example. So I've put this video here. You start by laying your scarf flat on the reverse side, so the good color side, you don't see it, it's on the bottom, and you put the back side toward you. And then basically what you do is you take the opposite corners, bring them to the middle, take the opposite end, bring them to the middle, and so on until you get this kind of fold of your scarf. You can do it as much as you want in principle until you just get the one you like. So for me, I like when it's around this this side. I find this is the best one, but it's very personal. So if you want, you can also do it wider or smaller as you wish. This is really the classic version. Okay, so now let's get started. Now that you have seen the two, let's say, basic folds. For the twilly, we don't have any special folds. They are just very thin in themselves, so there is no need to do anything special. So we take, so this is the one I really wear the most. So you take your triangle scarf, and then on the long end, right, opposite to the little triangle pointy thing, you just do one little fold. So here we are flat, just fold it once, right? And then you just bring it around your neck. You have the two corners, you cross them behind, bring them back in front. So because I showed you up, it turned a bit, so you can just turn it back. If it turned like what it did now, you can just turn it back. You bring this, and you pull, you pull, you pull. You let it like that, and that's what you get. Hopala. What I call the cowboy style. Yeah, you just very simply have kind of a cowboy style with a little triangle. Let me show you again. It looks like that. In the back it looks like this. It's a fold I like a lot because so you can wear it like this, very relaxed. You can also tie it closer to your neck if you want. If you want something a bit more tight, or if it's really cold. You can also, often I wear it a bit like that, for example, and today it's quite warm, so I'm not gonna keep it too tight because I'm gonna start getting sweaty. If you don't want it to move too much around, or you don't like this little moving end, you just bring them and you do a little knot at the end, like this. And yeah, and this is a way, yeah, this is exactly how I wear them the most. It's extremely fast. You don't have to do this basic fold each time, which can take a bit time, and you have to lay them on a flat surface and so on. This, you see, you can just take the opposite corners, quick, around, clack, clack, finish. Here you are, down the door. And it's nice because when you have a very simple outfit, it really is, it's there. I mean, it's very showing off, let's say. It's colors and it's very nice. It's also nice because when you wear it for some reasons, which is also why I wear so many scarves, is to avoid getting a cold, is that it really protects you well. It really protects your throat well. And if, for example, I have sometimes a v-neck or something a bit open and it's a bit windy, it will also protect your v-neck, right? So you will not catch a cold. and at the same time it's nice. And I also find it's quite a modern take on the way to wear the scarf. So it's really a way I like, and this is how I wear my scarf, I think 90% of the time, because it's easy, it's fast, looks nice, it's modern. Yeah, and as I said, you can play with how loose you want it or how tight you want it, whether you want, you can also have the ends on the same length, or you could also make a end shorter, you could let it slightly on the side. I mean, you can play a lot around based on your personal style, and this is something I like a lot about this one. So now we're gonna stay with, let's say, the neck part of how I wear my scarves. The other way is, so you take your scarf where you have made this basic fold, and very simply you just take it and you can just do like that, right? Just put one end over the other. It will look like this. This is, I think, the most classic way. It's also very nice. Let me show you up again. I tend to do this one quite regularly also, especially if I want it more, not so much because it's warm and I want to, because it's cold and I want to protect my neck, but more because, yeah, I have like today a very simple outfit and I just want to bring a little dash of color or to make it a bit more dressed up or anything. This is a very nice way of doing it. It's also very easy, right? You saw, I mean, it's really no big problem. My only concern with it is because I have the carré size, the classic size, which is 90 centimeter by 90 centimeter, or I looked the other day, 36 inches by 36 inches, and I'm a petite. I'm 5'6" or 1 meter 58, and so for me, as you can see, when I stand up, they come quite low. The ends of the scarf come quite low, and it can tend to make my petite frame look a bit more small. So what I sometimes do is that I own this little ring, scarf ring from Hermès. They have a lot of different variants. I like this one because it's very versatile. You can really make a lot of different styles with it. And so the way I use this one is basically, so you have these three, right? I will take one end of my scarf and I will pass it through two of the same side. Okay, let's do this. Then I will take the other end of my scarf and I will do the same. I will pass it in the exact same two holes, so leaving this one basically empty. Let me do it. So up. So you will see once I've done it. Once I've pulled this one a bit more. So you see, both are through this and this one. And here, nothing goes through it. Both come through the one in the up, both go through here. We pull this one a bit shorter. And then from here, from this one where nothing went through, you grab one of the scarves. Wait a second, up. And I pull a bit on it. Yeah, until I get something exactly like that. I can adjust the size of it as I want. I can, of course, vary the size. And yeah, it's a little alternative. And for me, it has the advantage that it will slightly shorten the way, the length of them. And yeah, you can also play on how relaxed you want it. You can keep adjusting how you want them at the end. Also, do you want them the same length? Do you want two different lengths? You can play as much as you want. And this is the way I use to shorten a bit my scarf. And also when I want something still quite relaxed, but at the same time, you know, I don't know, it has a little something a bit different. And you can also make it much smaller if you want, right? You just do it as you want. This is what I love also with the scarf. You have one basic fold or way of wearing it, and then you can play around, make your own variations. You make it more tight, you make it more loose, you make it higher, lower, you make it shorter here, longer here. Just make it yours, you know. And yeah, that's what I like a lot. Okay, so this is basically the ways I will wear my scarves around my neck. If you have a Twillies, this is not something I typically do, but I've seen it done a lot. Also, you can also just tie a little twilly like that, very relaxed. This is also something quite nice. It's a bit less my style, it's a bit less something I tend to do, but I just wanted to show you this option also. Okay, then another way I wear my scarves is in my hairs. This I've been doing a bit less since I have this haircut, but I used to do it much more when I had either longer hair or at some time I had a little fringe, I think you call it in English. Yeah, you see what I mean. This thing where you have the hairs here in front, and there I tended to wear them a bit more often. And one way is, so you take your triangle, no other fold, just really complete triangle, and you put it on top of your hair like that. Take a bit margin because it will often slide back while you do it. It looks a bit funny like this, but basically up you go. Basically you will go under your hairs here. I will show you, but when I will turn I think you will not hear me so well anymore. That's why I'm going to explain it to you before. So you put it up, and when you turn then you tie it in your neck under your hair. So if you have a bit longer hair or something like that, I would advise to tie them, because I have so short hairs it's not so easy. So I will just show you like that. Hopala. And then, yeah, then, so your hairs are inside. Yeah, it's not so easy with the short hairs. That's why I've been doing it a bit less. But yeah, so in principle now you can tie it. You can pull on the ends. And then you can choose what you want to do. If you have very long hair, you can just let here float. You can just let it floating. You can also bring it back inside, or you can also tie this the ends on top of it. I'm gonna show you now. I'm gonna turn around. So you could do like that, then you know you don't have something that long here. You have to do it a bit better. I have to admit it's not so easy with my short hairs, and also I cannot see much because normally I will do it with the mirrors and everything, but I don't have the mirror at the moment. But yeah, then you can let this float in the front, and you can also tie this back on top. I saw once a woman wearing like this, and I mean it looked surprisingly weirdly good. This is not a style I wear a lot, but it can be nice in the summer if you have long hairs, or it can also be nice, the few times I wore this style was more in the summer if it's quite windy, or you know, if you're in an open car having the wind and you want to protect your hairs from flying everywhere. This is quite a nice one. I'm gonna show you, by the way, because I think it is on one of these. I have those set of cards from Hermès for tying scarves, and let me show you. So for example, the part I showed you now where you can do the knot in the back, if you do it properly, it kind of looks like that. You have the instructions here. I'm gonna show them again. So you see it's a triangle, you put it on your head, then you let it back, and then you just tie on top the ends. It's just what I showed you, and yeah, when done nicely, especially if you have long hairs like her, it looks very nice like that. Then the other way I tried to show you was this one, where you don't tie on top and you just let the end, and then you can they pull the endings away, but you could let them, as I showed you, a bit floating in front. I think it looks quite nice. I think it looks a bit nicer than when you remove the endings, but it's all a matter of personal decision. And you see here, that's how they do it, and they hide the ends. But I would personally let the ends float. the first way I showed you, the cowboy way, is also there on one of these cards. This is the way I wear it, and that's what I showed you, the triangle, then this one fold, and then you put it around. And then yes, I show it also on a man when you don't tie the ends. And I'm looking at, let me see, because I want to show you also. Yeah, they don't, yes, they have it here. It's not exactly, I'm gonna now show you this style. And we're gonna do that together. It's a bit easier because you tie it in front and then you go in the back. So it makes it a bit easier to do. I will show you. If you, so you have your triangle, sorry, you go like this, then you go in the front, and then from the front you will go to the back, and you will tie in the back. And then you will adjust a bit in the front as you want it. And the pointy end of your scarf, if you have like me too much fabric, then in principle you can bring it back inside. So of course I will have to check in the mirror. Yeah, I have no mirror and so on. This is not the way I wear a lot, personally, because again, it's not so much with my hairstyle and everything, but it can also be quite nice if you have a lot of wind, or if maybe it fits with your style. It's yeah, all a matter of choice. I would advise to do this maybe with a bit of a smaller scarf, maybe not the 90 centimeter. If you have some which are 70 centimeter, I think it will look a bit nicer. Another variant of this, which I call the Queen Elizabeth II, is you simply tie it there. I don't know if you know this iconic picture of her. I will put it here in case if you've not seen it. Yeah, I mean, super easy, super fast. You also protect your hairs. Why not? Okay. Let's keep with the ways of wearing it in your hairs. As you can see, there's so many ways of wearing scarves. So this is a way I used to do a lot when I had a pony, because I thought it looked a bit nicer. You can either do it with a scarf in your basic fold, or you can do it with a twilly. I personally find it looks a bit nicer with a twilly, but I'm still gonna show you with the scarves in case. So it's just you wear it as a headband, kind of. So same, you go and you tie in the back under your hairs. So yeah, you tie it in the back under your hairs, and then here you go. And you can let the points in the front. You can put one like this. Yeah, I let this one here. You can also pull all of them back. It's really as you want, personal choice, personal matter. And it looks nice, but it's a bit, I don't know if you will see, it's a bit thicker, obviously. Compared to a twilly, you will have a bit more fabric and a bit more material. So this is nicer maybe if you have a bit longer hairs. With short hairs, I find it makes the scarf quite fast overwhelming. And if you go with a twilly, I'm gonna show you up, then it's the same. I'm just doing a little knot in the back. Up, you have less material. So you just have a tiny bit here showing. You can turn it, for example, if you want to put it more on the side. I mean, you put it wherever you want. In principle, you could even have it in the top. I mean, you can put this little knot wherever you want. And yeah, I find it's just a tiny bit, maybe less, a bit more discreet if you want. But if you want this more dramatic effect, then with a big scarf, you will have this much more. Other way that I cannot show you, unfortunately, in the video, because since I cut my hairs, is to wear it around your ponytail. So when you do your ponytail, you put your hairs, you put an elastic inside your hairs, and then you will take either your twilly or your scarf with a base fold, and you will just go around, right? And then you will do a knot. I will definitely for this style, oh I'm sorry, it got a bit darker, I hope you can still see me well. For this style I will definitely recommend going more with a twilly, even though in principle you could go with both, and if you have really a lot of hairs it could be nice with this also, but it will be easier with a twilly to go around because you will have less fabric, very simply, and then you let the ends flow in your ponytail. This is also very, very nice. So you see you have a lot of different ways to wear it in your hairs, also depending on your hair length, your hairstyle, what you like, a lot of options. Then let's keep short going, and we have not so many remaining because I mostly wear it around my neck or sometimes a bit in my hairs like I showed you, but not so much others. A very other simple way, my sister did it recently when she was invited at a wedding over one of her dress. You take just the scarf in triangle, put it over your shoulders, you do a little knot. Oh, sorry, I have to finish my knot. And voila, I mean, you have a simple shawl for your evening. I did it a bit fast, you can do it a bit nicer, and it will be even nicer, this style, if you have an even bigger scarf. But in principle, with the size 90 by 90, it already starts working. So you can already start wearing it just very relaxed like this over your shoulder, you know, or you don't even have to tie it. I mean, if you're a bit cold, you know, you just grab the ends, let the ends flow in the corner of your arms and just cover a bit your shoulder or something like that, for example. Very easy way. Then I also, this I don't do so much with scarves, but with twillies, I sometimes wear them around my wrist. So I just wrap them like so, and then up. When I've reached a length I'm happy with, sometimes I do also a little effect. So I will, for example, fold one and go over the other one, just playing around with your scarf and the colors of your scarf, that you have a thickness and the effect you like. And then when I have the ends, so I like to tie the ends more on the side, not so much on the front or on the bottom. I find it's more, let's say, convenient for the everyday life. So this is the tricky part. Sometimes I ask for help from my husband or someone around to tie it, because it's not so easy with one hand to tie it. But I'm gonna show you. I mean, I'm just gonna make one knot. Come on, I will get the two knots just for you guys. You will up. That's it. And yeah. That's just a little pop of colors that you can have on your wrist, like a little bracelet kind of. It's very nice in the summer also. And yeah, this is another way I like to wear my little twilly on myself. And that's about it. I know you can also, I've not done it, so I'm not gonna show it to you in this video because I think it will make the video very long if I go on styles I never do. I know you can wear them as a top also, that could be an idea. And you can also wear them sometimes as a belt, depending on the size of the scarf you have and your clothing size. Those are also options. So yeah, you can wear it as a little top or as a little belt. Speaking about styles that I don't necessarily wear, but that exist, that's also a question for you, because in those cards, for example, there are a lot of styles that I am not necessarily doing, or that I'm not necessarily wearing so often. And would you like me to try and show you some of those styles? Is it something that you would be interested on? I don't know. Just tell me, because I can also make a video. You see, there are different ways to wear them as little tops. I can make a video about this if you would be interested. Just need to let me know and I can work on it. I will not be able to show you all the styles because some require some accessories that I don't have. For example, you have this way of wearing it around your neck, which is very nice. It's another of these kind of rings. Hermès does a lot of different styles, but I don't personally own this one, so I could not show you this one. Or for example, here as a belt, they also use, this is also a scarf ring that I don't own. so I could not show you this exact way. So I will not be able to show you all of them, but I could show you some if you're interested. So just let me know in the comment below. And then we're gonna move to the last way I wear my scarves is as accessories. So I've done it already on this hat, for example. So I replaced, it was a very simple black thing around, and I took it out and I'm putting little twillies. So I can also change them. I will put a picture here. I wore it at a wedding with this twilly because it was matching my dress. And you can do it like this, very thick, or you can also fold your twilly. So I will typically fold it before I tie it, but now I'm gonna show you. So I've already done the knot, but I think it will work for the purpose just now of showing you quickly and not making this video last 2 hours. Up. So I'm putting it back, I'm rolling it back. So you see, you can also make it thinner on your hat. It depends on, yeah, again, your style, what you like, the size of your hat also, of course, I guess the kind of colors your twilly has, and mine is quite colorful, so I think it's also nice when it's a bit maybe smaller. And then you have here the little knot that also brings a little nice touch. So this is also one way this is something I do every summer, and I'm doing really a lot. Another classic way is to have it wrapped around your handbag handle. I'm not going to show you how to do this in this video because I'm terrible at it. So the advice I will give you, and which is what I am personally doing, is ask them in the shop to do it for you, wherever you buy them. So this is from Fendi, so it's not a Hermès twilly, it's a Fendi one. And when I bought it in the shop, I asked them, hey, will you be so kind and put it around? And normally they are really nicely doing it for you. I have also some on my Birkin, Twillies from Hermès this time. And when I bought them, I asked them, hey, can you put them on my bag? And of course they very nicely did it. So yeah, that's kind of the advice I will give you, because I cannot show you, it will be a disaster. But just as an idea, that's also one way of wearing your scarf or twilly, more twilly. I will not do it with a scarf. And one last way, which is something I typically do with my scarves, whether in the base fold or in the triangle. Actually, if I have it in the triangle for this, what I'm gonna show you, I will just take it all together like this, you know. I just grab the triangle. It does not really matter, it does not have to be neatly pleated. Then I will take my handbag, simple one, or if I have a shoulder strap, something like this, and you just tie it around, yeah, the strap. So for example, let me show you with the shoulder strap one. Let me hold the bag higher. So I will just grab it. Basically what I do is I grab it like this, and then I will go around the handle and I will pull the two ends of the scarf inside this and grab it with my hand and pull. Okay, so now I'm gonna show it to you on the bag. Up, it's not so easy with doing the video. So up, I grab, so I hold it here, we go around, the strap is now in the middle, I go around, I grab the two other ends, I pull through, and I do, so it's like a very simple knot like this. And then it will just, I will just pull the little end, and it will just float on the side of my bag. If I want it shorter or anything, you can also do it a bit less tight. You can let it also a bit more flowy like this. Then the ends will be a bit less long and you will have a bit of a bigger thing on the side, or you pull it more. It's really as you want. And I will show you the same result with the base fold. Hop. So with the base fold, let me close the bag also. With the base fold, you have it. Same principle. I take, put it around, I grab. And what you can also do is you don't pull completely the ends through, but you just do it like this. So right, I stop now, and then I have it just like that. That's also one way of making it not that long. And then you have this on the side of your bag. You can also do exactly the same on the handle. You can do this wherever you want on your bag. This is something I typically do when, so that's the thing. You are wearing your scarf. Let's say you're wearing it in the cowboy style. It starts to get hot. You're like, oh, I'm too warm now for my scarf. You take it out. You have a handbag. Hop, clack, clack. You wrap it and hang it on the side of your handbag. It gets a bit colder in the evening, for example. You have your shoulders are getting a bit cold. Up, you take your scarf. You put it back on your shoulders. It's really so versatile. It's crazy, and it's not like you start the day with this fold and you have to hold through the whole day with that. No, you can vary. Yeah, you're in the summer going around, you have it in your hairs because you were in the car. Now you're out of the car and it's too hot. Up, you put it on the side of your bag, or it's still a bit windy and you have this open dress. Up, you put it a bit around your neck. So many options. Yeah, but that's about it, about my most ways of wearing my scarf. This video is already very long. I'm very sorry, guys. I try to be as fast as possible. I did not show you then too much details. I hope my explanations were clear now. If you have any questions or you want to see any more styles, please write it down in the comments below. If you would like to see me playing around with some or more of the crazy ways of wearing scarves, just don't hesitate. Tell me. Of course, I will have to take out the ones that I cannot do, but there is still a lot I can do. So tell me if this is something that you will be interested in, and then I can work on this. And yeah, without further comments, this video is already very long. I will leave you here with another video in case you have not seen it yet. And if you enjoy this one and you want to see more, you can click here to subscribe to my channel. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.